Good day to you, dear friends. We're happy to be back again. And today we are listening to part 3 of the 4 things that we need to listen to find our potentials. You've heard so far about how we must listen to our dissatisfaction, and you've also heard how we should listen to our gifts. Today is the 3rd part, where I want to share with you a little bit on how you should listen to others. You know, friends, the verse that we read in Daniel at the beginning of this whole series talks about us doing great exploits. Great exploits are things that we have never fathomed or never even thought about until that seed was planted by God and it took root. Today it's about listening to others. Many times in us there are many gifts and talents that are hidden, and we do not see it as significant. For us it is just a talent. But when others begin to notice what we are doing, they see the potential that is in it. And they begin to pass statements. You know, you may have had people who have come to you in the midst of you working on a hobby of yours or working on something that interests you. Maybe you're into carpentry. Maybe you're into music. Maybe you're into painting. These things that you're in, for you, it's something to while time away, to get your mind off things. But when somebody else sees it, they can see the finesse in which you are working. And they can see things that you do not see. We may be blinded by the gift that is in us, but the others can see it. And they will start making statements like, you know, you are very good at this. Have you ever thought of developing this gift? You are such a good painter. Have you ever thought of selling one of your paintings as abstract art? You know, statements like this may have come, and for us we may have just forgotten about it, or just let it go in one year, come out the other year. For us, it wasn't maybe something that we thought would make us an entrepreneur or make us someone great. But you see, friends, when others see things in you, they are actually seeing potential. You know, my wife and I, God has gifted us with the gift of worship. We enjoy leading worship, leading people in worship. That is our passion. That runs in our blood. Everywhere we go, we lead people in worship. We want people to be connected with God. And as we were doing that in our early years of ministry, people used to come to us and say, you have a very good gift in music and in singing. You are very passionate in what you do. We can really feel God's presence when you minister. You are so good at it. Have you ever thought of producing an album? You know, when somebody tells you that, the immediate thought that comes in your mind is the dollar signs. How much is it going to cost? Wow, when we think of an album, we think of all the Hollywood recording artists. How much it is going to cost? The amount of effort that goes in. All the difficulties begin to come in, and it kind of covers or blinds us to the thought that's being put in our head. That's what happened to us. People started telling us that you should produce an album, you've got very good songs, I'm sure if you put it, it will be very successful. These are comments that we began hearing. In the initial stages, we thought it was way too big for us. This is not for us. I mean, these people are out of their mind. They don't know what they are talking about. They don't know what the industry is about. But as we began to hear it, and our ears picked it up, something in our spirit began to bubble. And it was God telling us, you do not see the gift, but many people see it in you because you are blinded by your own gift. Now launch out and see what you can do with it. And when we took this to God, friends, God just opened the supernatural doors for us to produce our own worship album. It took us a period of about a year to work on it, to write our own songs, to put our own music to it. It was a labor of love. It took sleepless nights, countless hours working on it, but the end product was something beautiful. When people received it, it was such a blessing to them. People's hearts were being ministered. And we saw through all of that, that because other people pointed it out to us, we managed to do something that we thought was impossible. So friends, let me encourage you. Listen to the voices that surround you, the voices that are telling you about your gifts. when they speak to you and tell you, you have potential, I see this in you, why don't you try this? You never know what's going to happen. Until you attempt something, you will never know the outcome. Many times, like us, fear kept us from doing that. But the moment we let go of that fear and we heard the voices that surrounded us, and most importantly, we took it to God and we said, God, what do you want us to do with it? God began to give us the picture. So friends, listen to others. Listen to what others are saying. Even as you live your life this week, trust that people around you will speak things that will point you towards the direction of your potential that God has given to you. We'll meet you again next week for the last part. Have a good week. God bless you.